Chapter 61:22. Claire asked in confusion, Aunt Han married someone else. Isn't this good? From now on, my dad will never have to think about the things that are and are not. Charlie said helplessly, but Mom doesn't know about Aunt Han's return, and Dad never dared to tell her. What do you think? I thought, when Aunt Han came back, Mom was suffering in the detention center. Dad was so carefree and happy at that time. He was about to file for divorce as soon as Mom came out. I was afraid that after Mom connected all these clues, she would figure out what was going on. Then she will definitely not give up. Claire has little experience in love. She doesn't know much about how women think about problems when they are involved in a triangle relationship and how extreme their emotions can become. But after Charlie explained it like this, she understood the general situation. She couldn't help but sigh. Actually, when Aunt Han first came back, Dad behaved really badly. He didn't care about Mom. He only thought about Aunt Han and even invited her to our house for dinner. If I were Mom, I would definitely have been very angry. Charlie said, let's not talk about this here and go to the traffic police team first. Okay. Claire nodded and then pulled Charlie back and said, Husband, they are definitely not in personal danger in the traffic police team. And with the traffic police here, it is definitely impossible for them to fight there. We don't have to rush there yet. Charlie asked her, Wife, what about it? What do you mean? Claire said with some worry, we have to think about how we can alleviate this crisis between them. If it is really like what you said, Mom can guess it herself, then the fight between the two was early. And it was probably just the beginning. A fight on the highway was just an appetizer at most for Mom personality. If this matter was not solved from the root, she might be violent when she gets home and might even pull a knife. Charlie suddenly realized it and said in agreement, My wife, you still know Mom's character best. If this matter can't untie her heart, our family will never have peace in the future. Claire couldn't help but feel and stamped her feet and asked anxiously, Husband, what should I do? Charlie thought for a while and asked her, Do you think Mom will be willing to divorce Dad after this incident? Dad also wants to divorce? They can't live together anyway. So why don't they take this opportunity to get divorced so that they can live in peace? Claire asked hurriedly, They get divorced, where will Dad go? With Mom's character, Dad has to avoid her. So he definitely can't continue to live at home. He is over 50 years old, so he can't be kicked out at this time, right? After that, Claire said again, and I say, to be honest, they are both very old. If they get divorced at this time, they will not be laughed at, and it will be very difficult to start a family. After this, the two of them will get older, and they will not be able to support and take care of each other. And they will not be able to take care of each other at all. Have you ever thought about it? If they really get divorced, they will really become mortal enemies. How will I, the daughter, coordinate between the two of them in the future? Charlie smacked his lips. Then what you mean is that the two of them cannot be separated. They have to live together, and they have to put this matter completely behind us. Yes. Claire nodded heavily. If you can pretend that this matter has never happened, that would be great. Charlie said with a smile, Dad's character is okay. So there must be no problem, but you know Mom's character, how could she give up? Claire said anxiously, Oh, honey, this requires you to use your intelligence. So many big people respect you as Master Wade, and you can help them solve no matter how difficult their problems are. But you can't find a way to solve this problem in our family. For a moment? As she spoke, she hugged Charlie's arm with a pleading look on her face and said pitifully, Husband, please, think of a way. I really don't want them to divorce. That Aunt Han already is getting married to someone else. Even if Dad divorces Mom, there are no good candidates for remarriage. Not to mention Mom's character. If she divorces Dad, she will definitely end up alone in this life. You couple who were originally able to support and take care of each other ended up being alone. Without even a partner to live with. How miserable that would be. Charlie touched his chin and said with some embarrassment, Honey, I don't want to work hard. The key is that this thing is really too difficult. I can't brainwash Mother and make her forget about this, right? Claire said quickly, Husband, think about it again, think about it carefully. You will definitely be able to think of a solution. Charlie frowned and thought for a moment and then said, There are not many ways, but the success rate is not high. And I need you to cooperate with me. You must not let anything slip. Otherwise all your efforts will be wasted. Can you do it? I can. Claire nodded firmly and then asked him, Husband, what are you thinking? Is there any good way? Charlie said, I don't have a specific plan yet. So I can only improvise when the time comes. Let's go there first. The two of them left the airport and took a taxi to the airport highway traffic police station. As soon as they entered the yard, they saw the Cullinan parked in the yard. Charlie asked Claire to go in first while he moved Claire's luggage out of the car, and then pushed the luggage to follow. At this time, Elaine was crying in the room and shouted, I have been married to him for so many years, I have suffered so many injustices, bore so many hardships, and so many troubles. But he actually hooked up with his old lover behind my back. Comrade policeman, do you think it was wrong for me to hit him twice? The traffic policeman almost collapsed, but he still said patiently, Madam, I have told you many, many times, what he did was indeed wrong. It was indeed immoral, and should indeed accept the condemnation of society and conscience. Moreover, if you want to say that the couple is really angry, you can only attack him a few times. This is understandable, but the only thing I want to explain is that you cannot do it on the highway. Cannot really do it, right? Elaine said angrily, Of course, I would do it immediately if I knew about this kind of thing at the time. Not to mention on the highway, even at the United Nations, I would have to do it on the spot. Hey, the traffic policeman was so helpless that he could only say, Okay, I understand your mood, so I won't comment. After all, it is your husband we are punishing today. The points have been deducted, and the fine information has also been pushed. Now, just calm down and wait for your daughter to pick you and your husband up, okay? Elaine gritted her teeth and said, He is a BA5 tard, not my husband. Okay, the traffic policeman said patiently. I mean, his side has already been dealt with. You can go back in a while. Elaine asked back, Don't you arrest him for having an affair during marriage? The traffic policeman said helplessly, This is a matter of course. He's not breaking the law, not to mention that we are traffic police. For this kind of thing, the most we can do is to notify the local police station to coordinate. Elaine was furious, I don't need coordination. What I want is to arrest him. As soon as Claire entered the traffic police station, she heard Elaine's voice. As soon as she entered, she followed the sound to look for her. A traffic policeman stopped her and asked, Who are you looking for? Claire said hurriedly, I am looking for Elaine, I am her daughter. When the traffic police heard this, he let out a sigh of relief and said quickly, Oh, you are finally here. Your mother kept shouting that she wanted to commit suicide. So we had 3 different people come in to persuade her. Still all efforts are useless.